Hi, my name is John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. Unfortunately, Emmy's had to go home, so you're going to be stuck with me for the next few weeks. Tonight's nightcap, I get the levelling box done for the tractor. The guy that owns it decided how I'm going to fasten the gear onto the shaft, so I do that, show a little bit of video of that. I make a start in installing the quill DRO on my milling machine. I did a review on a Banggood one a few weeks ago, and I've made a start on mounting that. I'll show a fair bit of that. There's a little bit of plasma cutting. I do a job for my friend. I show it like from a rough sketch to drawing it to actually cutting it out and then veining it and welding it. So they're quite interesting, different to the normal work I basically do. Next Sunday is the first Sunday of the month, first Sunday in February. So I'm going to be starting again doing the draw, the prize draw. I'm only going to do one a month. I've already had nearly 1,000 names in because I did empty the bucket out and start with fresh names. So if you want to have a go at winning any of the prizes, all you need to do is send me an email with your name, like John Mills, your full name, not just John. That's my email address up there. Your name goes into the bucket. If it's drawn out, you'll win a prize. The prizes are going to be quite a bit more substantial, like a little sort of care package if you like. There'll be a hat, some stickers, and I've got some nice stuff to give away. People keep sending in things for me to give away. If somebody sends us something, it's better than what I've got, I'll keep it. If it's not, I'll give it away. It's pointless having a box full of certain things. I might as well spread them out, let somebody else get some pleasure from them. I've been talking to the lad that runs this box, and it doesn't work the way I thought it worked. What actually happens is all the thrust is taken on that thrust bearing there, and it's actually trying to pull the gear off the end of the shaft. His concern is that the gear might come off. I don't think it will because it was shrunk on to be really tight fit. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to weld the gear on. I don't want to do that. Put it back together again. Now I have got that amount of movement, so what I'm going to do, I'll measure that, and then I'm going to make a washer to go on the end of there. It'll be stepped slightly deeper, and I'll put a lovely ring of weld round the washer and weld the washer onto that shaft, and there's no way of the gear getting pulled off. Anyway, we've had a discussion, that's how we're going to do it, so that's what I'm going to do. I've worked it out, we need a washer 6 mil thick. Tip needs changing. I need to get some holders that use these tips the other way around, because for every blunt tip I've got, I have of course got 2 facets or 2 edges never used. I'm sure I'll agree that makes a considerable difference. Make sure that the parting tool is straight to the job, which it is. Now we're switched on. $6 mil. There. Knock the carriage off just to make sure it doesn't move around. Right, so that washer drops onto there. Good ring of weld round that, and that goes into there. The washer will drop back in place, which it has, and that's taken most of the play off. Personally, I don't think it's necessary to put a washer on. I don't think it'll pull that off, but then I'm not the one that's paying for it, so we'll just do it the hard ones. Well, this material here, it's AN8, it's weldable, but once you weld it, you can't machine it, or at least it's not easy to machine. I think that's just mild steel. I've got some dissimilar rods, I'll TIG weld onto there, and I'm going to show you it won't give any problems then. I just want to knock these hard snotty bits off where the MIG weld was on originally. So, you can see the colour of the metal looks different there where the MIG weld's been. That's lying nice and flat. And we're going weld it on. It's had a couple of runs of 318 stainless. I think it's 318 stainless. I'm no welder, but that is not going to come off there. I let it cool down and then just skim it off nice and flat, and then hopefully you're ready to reassemble it. A little bit more. Basically all one piece now. I'll try it in before I take any more off. I think it should be just about there now. Right, time to do another assembly. I'm sure you'll agree that that's all one now. That was laid right out and that's running lovely. There's no crack or anything there. That's not going to be any problems at all. First washer gear. I'm going to put some bolts in and pull this up tight just to make sure that there's enough clearance in there. Be a simple matter to take a little bit off the face where I've welded if it needs to. Nice imperial bolts, 5/8 heads on them. No doubt with the ONC thread. Still free, excellent. I like it. A little bit of play on there, not a lot. There you are, Shane. I hope you enjoy watching a bit of video as much as I enjoy doing it. It's a job I've really enjoyed repairing. It's worked itself a little bit. This thread cutting is 7 TPI. I'm going to get further into that. I have cut 8 TPI using the same tool, the same lathe, same gearbox, everything. And the thread I cut was 8 inches long for a lead screw, and it was no problem at all. The lad that worked all the ratios out, he's going to have another think and see if he can find anything that's amiss. Certainly a strange one to me. From a rough sketch, I've drawn this. It's basically a rectangle. That's showing the size of it, the width and the length of it. The rectangle has 2 cuts through it. Not all the way through, there's a little bit left at each end and a little bit left at the centre. That's showing the length of the 2 cuts. The idea of these 2 cuts is to allow the plate to be folded and welded. 6mm plates too hard for me to fold. From this drawing we can export it as a DFX file. I'm going to save it in my desktop. I'm going to call it Keith Angle Plate Mark II. That's it, saved. I've opened a program called SheetCam. In SheetCam we're going to import Keith's drawing from the desktop. That's it there, Angle Plate Mark II, open. That's the actual part we're going to cut. You can measure it in here just to make sure it hasn't changed size magically as you import it. Still the same size. Next we need to set some cut parameters. These are the various thicknesses. We're basically cutting 1/4 inch steel plate, 6.25mm. Happy with all the basic machine settings? Okay. Now we can simulate the cut, just to show how the machine's gonna do it. Does the 2 slots first. Then it'll start on the outside and basically cut a square out. And obviously we won't cut it as quick as this, but it will still cut it fairly quickly. Happy with that. Now we need to generate a G code, which is something that the plasma cutter can understand. That's it done. We'll go outside now and see if we can cut it. the idea of doing what I would call an interrupted cut, so we've left a bit there, we've left a bit in the centre, we've left a bit there. I need to put an 80-degree bend in that plate. Now that line there, that cut line, is perfectly parallel to that line, so when I fold it over, it's going to make a perfect square, and all I've got to do is put a piece of angle in there to set the 90, and then weld it on the other side, and we're going to have a nice proper clean job. That's it all clamped up, ready to weld. I did cut through the back of the plate on the 3 pieces that were still joining it with a cutting disc 2/3 of the way through, just to make it fold easier. On thinner material you don't need to. So a nice running big weld along there, and that's the part made. Settings are pretty good. I've set the camera up so I can video a little bit of the weld. People sometimes like to sit and watch welds. I know I do. I'm not a welder, but I'll be able to stick them together.